6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. Political parties stress the need to unite all people to overcome the present crisis situation in the country. The Transport Minister says the bus fares revision was done under the approval of the Cabinet of Ministers. Several ships carrying fuel have arrived in the island. Another 105 megawatt thermal power plant will be built at Kalanithis power plant premises. News overseas, US warned China against helping Russia. In sports, India beat Sri Lanka by 238 runs in the second test to complete a 2-0 whitewash. And those are the headlines. Political parties stress the need to unite all people to overcome the present crisis in the country. State Minister Dumind Disanayake says that all political parties must come to one stage and find pragmatic solutions to the problems existing in the country. The opposition must act in responsible manner instead of organizing protest campaigns. UNP leader, former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and some other political stalwarts stress that all parties must get together and prepare national consensus. Need of the hour is a national unity, not a national government, they said. Minister Dilum Amunagama says the bus fares have been revised from midnight yesterday. Accordingly, the minimum bus fare has been increased from 17 rupees to 20 rupees, according to the National Transport Commission. The long-distance maximum bus fare, which has been 1,303 rupees so far, increased up to 1,498 rupees. The minister said that the main reason for the increase in bus fares was a recent increase in fuel prices. The bus fares revision was done under the approval of the Cabinet of Ministers. Secretary to the Ministry of Energy, KDR Olga, says that the diesel problem will be completely solved within the next few days. 2,000 metric tons of diesel are being distributed island-wide. 5 diesel ships are unloading at present. Another oil ship is on the way to the Colombo harbour. A petrol ship is scheduled to arrive today. Apart from that, another diesel ship is expected to arrive on the 18th or 19th. A ship carrying 30,000 metric tons of aviation fuel and kerosene is scheduled to arrive in the island. Therefore, she said there should be no issues related to diesel, petrol or kerosene. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Minister Pavitra Vaniyarachi says that another 105 megawatt thermal power plant will be built at Kalanithis power plant premises as soon as possible. She said that the steps will be taken soon to use renewable energy sources to meet the electricity shortage faced by the country. She said that a presidential task force will be established to generate solar power using rooftops. She mentioned this during an observation tour of power plants near Colombo yesterday. The Health Ministry says that another 345 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday, pushing the total of confirmed cases detected in the country to 656,386. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Health Services has confirmed another 10 coronavirus-related deaths for March 13, increasing the country's death toll due to the virus to 16,407. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka says that scheduled power cuts for today will be the same as yesterday. Thereby, the areas listed under groups P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W in the schedule will experience 2-hour power cuts between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The aforementioned areas will once again experience power cuts of 1 hour between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Meanwhile, the electricity supply for the areas mentioned under groups A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H will be interrupted for a period of 2 hours and 30 minutes between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And that was top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
More prizes, more gains with CIB New Year offers. Valuable gifts for every bill. 20% discount for bank cards until 10th of April. Visit CIB today.
The Commissioner General of Examinations says that those who wish to apply for recorrection of 2021 Grade 5 Scholarship Exam answer scripts could do so before 31st of this month. The results of the 2021 Grade 5 Scholarship Examination can be viewed by visiting the official website of the Examination Department www.doenets.lk or the website www.results.exam.gov.lk. I repeat, www.doenets.lk or the website www.results.exam.gov.lk. And that was Watchlight.
More prizes, more gains with CIB New Year offers. Valuable gifts for every bill. 20% discount for bank cards until 10th of April. Visit CIB today.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
No matter what anyone says, for your lease, visit the Leasing Mahagedara. People's Leasing, friendly leasing Mahagedara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
First, the headlines. US warned China against helping Russia. Iran launches missiles at northern Iraqi city. Shackleton's lost ship is found in Antarctic. And those are the headlines of the world news. China will face consequences if it helps Russia evade sanctions in its invasion of Ukraine, the US says. Unnamed US officials reportedly told multiple news outlets that Russia had asked China to provide military assistance after it began the invasion. The Chinese Foreign Ministry accused the US of spreading disinformation. Iran's Revolutionary Guards Force says it targeted an Israeli strategic center with missiles that struck the Iraqi Kurdish city of Erbil overnight. 12 missiles hit areas around the US consulate overnight, causing material damage and wounding one civilian, the Kurdish regional government said. The US said no Americans were hurt and that its facilities were not damaged in what it called the outrageous attack. Scientists have found the film one of the greatest ever undiscovered shipwrecks 107 years after it wrecked. The Endurance, the lost vessel of the Antarctic explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton, was found at the weekend at the bottom of the Weddell Sea. The ship was crushed by sea ice and sank in 1915. And that was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
For your wheel lease, visit the Leasing Mahagedara. People's Leasing, friendly leasing Mahagedara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by... Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The Ambilapitiya Paper Factory has recommenced its operations yesterday. An MOU in this regard was signed recently between National Paper Corporation and Korean Packaging Private Limited. According to the MOU, the Korean company will invest around 3,500 million rupees on this venture. It was closed down for 9 years. It is expected to produce 75,000 metric tons of papers annually by this factory. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by... The coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank, we present your future.
India beat Sri Lanka by 238 runs in the second test and final test in Bangalore yesterday to complete a 2-0 series whitewash. Resuming the third day at 28 for 1, Sri Lanka ended their second innings at 208 all out after captain Dimuth Karunaratne making a fine 107. Sri Lankan pace bowler Suranga Lakmal marked his penalty-made test match before retirement. And that was Sports News.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka's rupee was quoted at 270-280 to the US dollar Monday, as the rupee was allowed to fall in as a bid to get the currency to float up from last Friday's close of 255-265. In late afternoon yesterday, the rupees was quoted at 270-280 to the US dollar. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic News, courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Central Bank Governor Nivod Cabral says the government is taking tough calls to stabilize the economy as the country is floating the exchange to end forex changes. The state-run Ceylon Petroleum Corporation raised fuel prices steeply as the rupee fell from 203 to 260 rupees levels amid a float of the currency. The central bank has asked for tax hikes as well as the price hikes, power sustained tax increase as well as the fuel. And that was Economic News.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in western and sub-Brahman provinces and in Galle, Matra and Nuwara districts after 2 p.m. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere over the island. To wind up these news broadcasts, let's look at the main points once again. Political parties stress the need to unite to overcome present crisis situation in the country. The Transport Minister says the bus fare revision was done according to the approval of the Cabinet of Ministers. Several ships carrying fuel have arrived in the island. Another 105 megawatt thermal power plant will be built at the Kalinthis power plant premises. And with that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.